The Maze Runner's ending is packed with action, twists, and reveals as Thomas and the Gladers escape from the maze and the future of the franchise is put into motion. 20th Century's adaptation of James Dashner's novel of the same name came out in 2014 and followed Dylan O'Brien's Thomas as he wakes up in the Glade and searches for answers regarding the maze and his past. His life and that of the other Gladers changes with the arrival of Teresa, Kaya Scodelario, who is the first girl to be sent to the location after all this time. Together, Thomas and Teresa push the rest of the Gladers to fight for their freedom and escape their seemingly endless captivity. This comes with pushback from Gally, Will Poulter, while the new friends Thomas has made, Maze Runner characters Newt, Thomas Brody Sangster, Miho, Ki-Hong Lee, and Chuck, Blake Cooper, follow his lead. Following battles with grievers and a race through the maze, the Gladers emerge to what they believe to be safety. The Maze Runner's ending comes with major revelations about the maze's purpose, the state of the world, and the setup for future Maze Runner movies. WCKD's full maze experiment plan and flare virus connection explained. A video from WCKD reveals the true reason for the maze. Dylan O'Brien and Kaya Scodelario as Thomas and Teresa talk in the glade of the maze in the Maze Runner. Upon escaping from the maze, Thomas and the other Gladers are shocked to find a laboratory littered with dead bodies. They soon find a video recording from Ava Page, an official at World Catastrophe Killzone Department, better known as WCKD. Page fills in the Gladers that they have been part of an experiment the company has conducted in the aftermath of a devastating solar flare that hit Earth, creating famine, fire, and the death of billions. The solar flare brought about a disease that transformed into the flare virus, which transforms anyone it infects into cranks, extremely aggressive zombie-like individuals. This new knowledge comes after Thomas already unlocked his memories of his past. He and Teresa used to work for WCKD and were responsible for monitoring the test subjects in the maze experiments, like Newt, Miho, and others. However, it is not until they get to the laboratory and see Page's video that Thomas and the others realize that they were all test subjects to try and create a cure for the flare virus. WCKD's plan was to test individuals who were immune to the virus and try to find a cure based on their unique or different brain activity. Just as the group begins to comprehend all the vital information that has come their way, they begin to see soldiers attacking the laboratory, leading Page to pull a gun and point it at her head. Her last words are, "Remember, WCKD is good," before she pulls the trigger. The video comes to an end and Thomas finds Page's body on the floor of her office. They are then faced with an open door and a chance for freedom, although more tests are sure to come. Where Thomas and the others go after Maze Runner's ending. They fly over the scorch to a new destination. Thomas on helicopter in the Maze Runner ending. The final moments of the Maze Runner's ending revolve around a group of masked and armed soldiers as they rush into the lab and escort the Gladers out. They emerge on the sandy dunes that surround the maze and lab and are taken away on a helicopter. However, the Maze Runner never identifies who these men are or where everyone is going now that they are free from WCKD's maze. All they are told from one unmasked soldier is that they are safe and that everything is going to change now as they fly over a post-apocalyptic city landscape. Where Thomas and the Gladers are going in the Maze Runner's ending is directly connected to the plot of the sequel, Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials. They might think that they are free from WCKD's grasp, but the reality is that this is all part of the continued experimentation and monitoring that the company wants. These soldiers that the Gladers are with work for WCKD, and they are all simply being transported to a new location after leaving Site A. So, even though Thomas and the rest feel safe, whether they are further depends on whether WCKD is, indeed, good.